As the Chargers bring out their extra point kicker here, let's go to our next one-on-one. Eric Winston going one-on-one with former NFL tight end Matt Murphy. Before they get into their stances for the one-on-one, let's take a few minutes to look at a video of Matt's appearance, his infamous appearance, on the Derek Dockery locker room show back when he was in Buffalo.
Oh, goodness. How dare you.
Sir.
We're here, Matt Murphy, trying to find out his point of view on some of the guys on the team. Who has the best nickname on the team?
I say Robert Roll.
Oh, okay.
Sweet cream style corn.
Yeah.
It's the best nickname.
All right, definitely. In the straight manly fashion, who would you say is the best looking build on the team?
Hands down, your host.
Undoubtedly myself.
Undoubtedly
myself.
You think so?
Yeah.
You think so?
I mean, I saw you. I saw you in Cosmo, you know. But.
Yeah, you have to. You have to vote for yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
You have to. Confidence.
I'm gonna have to go with myself.
Oh, you got to go with yourself?
Got to.
Okay.
Cause I ain't gonna
Okay.
say
Hey,
something.
that's what I'm saying. You gotta have a swag. You gotta have confidence in this game. But you know, we all know.
Just because you was
Fred Jackson. Fred Jackson.
Mr. What was you?
Yeah, exactly.
I'd have to say myself.
Okay. Yeah. Since we're going to Miami, what people want to know, who does the best Jim Carrey impersonation, or do you do a good Jim Carrey impersonation?
No, I do not. But if I had to pick, just because he's so off the wall, I would have to go with Anthony Hargrove.
Oh, I see them. Bumblebee tuna. Bumblebee tuna.
Let me tell you something. Yeah, okay, we're gonna cut that one out. But that was good though. That was good.
That's the best I can do.
All right, check it out. Appreciate you, man.
No problem.
All right.
All right, Matt Murphy, thanks for being here. Thanks for coming. It's good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you
I've seen
too.
a while. A lot of people don't know, but Matt was here when I first got here. You had already been weathering the storm.
Oh my gosh, it was a horrible storm we had to deal with. 2-14 before you got here. It was great.
That's bad.
Yeah.
But so you originally from Michigan, right?
Mm-hmm.
And went to Maryland.
Yeah.
The Fighting Ralph Regions of Maryland.
Yes.
How was everything? I mean, did you play other sports in Michigan growing up? Were you a hockey fan at all? Were you? Did you do other stuff besides football? Were you always kind of like a football guy?
No, I was more of a basketball player my whole life. I grew up basketball family. My oldest brother was a really good basketball player. He played against Chris Webber in high school. I played against Shane Batty in high school. They went to the same high school, so we were more of a basketball family. Me and my other brother Josh, the two youngest, were the only two that ever played football. So it was kind of an unknown territory for my family. It was like my sister was a cheerleader. The other two played basketball, so it was like football. Like, who cares about that? So it was kind of a different sport for our family, and I played baseball too. That's one thing no one ever did besides me. I mean, I was actually better at basketball than football my whole life, pretty much.
So you end up going to Maryland. Mm-hmm. You play kind of everything, right? At Maryland. Mm-hmm. What was that like? Kind of just always. Was it a thing where you felt like you were always changing positions, or was it just like, hey, try this or try this, kind of like let's keep moving around? Was it a fun thing, or was it kind of like God?
It was kind of like high school. Because high school I played, fullback, tight end, wide receiver, offensive line, defensive line. I played pretty much everything, so it was kind of like that. I didn't really want to move as much as I did. It was more of we have a guy hurt here. You were a defensive end in high school. Will you play here?
Sure. So
I did it just to play. The tight ends weren't getting many passes at Maryland at times. Our quarterbacks were horrible. So we didn't really get many balls. So I'm like, why not? I'll play more on this side. I originally went to Maryland to play basketball and football. Ended up playing football and was told I had to gain weight and get stronger and things like that, and never ended up playing basketball. So it was kind of a mix of sports and positions.
So you get to the league, and it's the same thing kind of keeps happening, right?
Yeah.
I mean, some people see you as a tackle, some people see you as a tight end. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like, do you wish, because you're such a good athlete, do you ever wish that you just made that transition and stuck with it in college?
I do.
Like you feel like you have a much better chance at being a pro at tackle that if you would have had 2 years of being a tackle at Maryland?
I agree. I do, because like yourself, you played tight end.
That was I tell you what, that was probably the best thing that ever happened to me is that for some reason one day I was like, yeah, I'll try tackle out, and it was I had 3 years of playing tackle and then going in and learning all the pass protections and things like that.
Yeah.
That was huge for me. I couldn't imagine trying to go to the NFL and just start playing tackle. I mean, I think that's you'd have to be just ridiculously physically gifted to even survive.
No, you're right, and that was my last year. They moved me to tackle finally, because I was always 275 as a tight end, so I was always a bigger type tight end. So they're like, well, we could put 30 pounds on you and move you to tackle. So in Buffalo, my last year I did, and I got up to about 310. And actually, when I was here, when you were here, they tried to move me to tackle, and I was kind of like, nah, I don't want to do it. So I left and went to Seattle and then to Buffalo. But I finally kind of succumbed to it at the end, and you know, I wish I would have done it much earlier, like you said, because it would have been so much easier. You're right. I mean, there's certain techniques you don't really know, and you can't learn. Even though tight ends and tackles are similar with the guys they block, you're still not an offensive lineman if you're a tight end. You can't really get those. You
don't practice it as much. I mean, you're
running
only
routes.
half your game.
You're running routes and doing other things, trying to be a receiver, which you're not. But yeah, I wish I would have done it earlier. It would have changed my career for sure.
So you kind of move around. Everyone has their different stories about moving around the league this year. You know, moving around the league. And do you have any like fond memory? Are you happy you kind of saw different organizations? And because I know some people that in different sports that travel around and ended up, you know, being at 3 or 4 or 5 different places, and they look at it fondly. They don't look at it as a bad thing.
I actually do look at it as a good thing. You know, I know, like yourself, you've been here your whole career, because I was here when you got here, so so I know that. But I do look at it as a good thing, because for me, it was, you know, I got to see Houston. I love living here. That's why I moved back here when I was done. My rookie year was in Detroit, where I grew up, in Michigan. So it was fun to be able to be next to my family, be in a great city like Houston, which I'd never been to before I got here. Then go to Buffalo, which is an awesome city in its own right, really small, you know, close-knit type town, to see what it's like in a big city environment and a really tiny city.
Sure.
It's like a Green Bay type environment in Buffalo. So it was cool for me to see the different dynamics with the city itself, with the fans, and the team, how they react. So
you get done with your career, obviously. You finally say, you know, enough's enough. You settle here. I mean, what have you been up to? What have you been doing?
I'm a financial advisor, actually, now. The market's crazy, as you've heard, I'm sure. I've been doing that for about 2.5 years now.
Who are you with?
IMG Financial Group.
Okay. You liking it? I mean, is that something, was that your college?
No, I do enjoy it. Actually, I went to college to be in the FBI. That's what I want to do, criminology. Originally. And my wife, we have 3 kids now, and she was like, well, really, do you want to get shot? You have kids now. I was like, not really. So I thought of a different path, and, you know, financial industry always intrigued me. It was something I watched, you know, even when I was playing football. So it was something I wanted to do, and I really enjoy it. Been doing it for almost 3 years now.
Where do you want to be in 5 years from now? I mean, what do you want to be? Is it something that you're going to want to keep pursuing and see where it takes you? Is it something that, is there something still out there that, you know, like, if I ever get a chance, I really want to do that?
You know, I like being involved with football in some way, because I really do love football. You know, still to this day, I like watching you guys. You know, I come to every Texans game and I love it. My kids love it. I don't think I'd want to be a coach, because you know the hours they work and they move around. And the reason why I stopped playing is I didn't want to move anymore.
Sure.
So I think I'd want to be involved with football in some sort of way. I enjoy being on the radio, doing radio stuff with the Sports Radio 610 here. Really enjoy that, because I get to talk about football and, you know, things I love, which is fun. But I do enjoy my job. Still be involved with them, you know, with clients and with the market and things like that. I do enjoy it.
So you just see it. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, with the radio thing, I think this is a lot of fun. I've done that for a couple months.
Yeah,
now.
I hear you on here.
I really do. Yeah, I hear you, and, you know, I listen and get pointers from you. You know,
yeah, right.
You're an old veteran here.
The old grizzly vet.
The vet.
Grizzly vet doing the radio thing. So you're going to stay with the investing thing. You're going to stay with the money management side and kind of see, like, I mean, obviously it's working out for you, and obviously you like it.
I do enjoy it. Yeah, it's a different world from what we're used to. I mean, it's, you know,
the day-to-day dealing with people has got to be so much different.
It's completely different, because when I was playing, I don't know about you, but stock market didn't even matter. I was like, who cares? I'm worried about this week, and, you know, 2008 happened. I was still playing. I'm like, I don't care, whatever.
Now there's a 150-point dip, and you're getting
exactly. Now I'm like, oh my god! You know, people are calling me like, oh, what happened? So it's a different type of stress. You know, football has its own stress. It's a different world. It's a normal job, which is different for me too. But, you know, it has its own, you know, benefits, has its own stresses. So it's different.
But thanks for being here.
Appreciate it, man.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having me.
Coming on. We're going to see a little I think 2002 Orange Bowl
Oh
highlights.
my
here.
gosh, please don't.
Lynch, the fullback, is directly behind Hill, and Perry now will move in motion. And off play action, Hill's got a man wide open, and this is going to be a touchdown. JAFAR Williams for Maryland, 64 yards. That was picture perfect. That's how Ralph Friedgen drew it up.
This is exactly what Maryland needs in the way they've played.
Comes to a close with a bang. JAFAR Williams runs by everybody, and he'll put it right on him. 64 yards and a Maryland touchdown. And then he points to the crowd, most of them down in that corner that he was running toward. So the Terps are right back in it. They spotted Florida 2 scores, but they've got a quick strike of their own at the end of one. It's Florida leading Maryland 14.
Whatever.
Per usual.
Matt Murphy doing his best JAFAR Williams impersonation out there in the Maryland uniform.
I love this guy.
You all right, Matt?
He's the same way. He's always been like, it's like if you give him a good line, he's got a good laugh for you.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah.
I appreciate that.
I'll spit my drink out. I'll spit my drink out. I will.
How long have you been out out of the NFL?
2008 was my last year.
Do you miss it?
Of course I do.
Do you miss the
chose-
games
What do you
or the
miss?
locker room?
What do you miss? Because I
all
bet you I can guess
I
what
miss
you
all
miss.
that. I miss the locker room. I miss just being around the guys.
2 days.
That was
Said all of
actually,
it.
that was
Said
actually,
all of it.
that was actually why I stopped playing, because I was thinking, do I want to go through another training camp, not sure if I make the team, and have to move again? I was like, nah, I'm good. So I had a lot of offers in 09. Actually, in 2010, 2 people were calling me and, do you want to sign? And I'm like, oh, can you give me a guarantee? No, of course not. Well, I'm good. I'll stay where I am.
It's a roundabout way of giving the answer of the checks. You know?
Oh yeah, of course.
You missed the checks.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't miss the checks at all, because my wife even was like, well, why don't you keep playing? He's like, why don't you keep playing? What are the chances of you making the team? I'm like, well, they're this percent. She's like, well, if you can make that percentage or more making the team, what are the chances of that? And I'm like, nah, I'm not worried about that. If it was about the money, I would have kept playing. But it was more about the love of the game, and I love the game, and it turned into a business for me. And it was more like, if I keep playing, it's more about money. I didn't want to do that. So
Good for you.
yeah.